at the house.
Oh! Big shot from Evans! Knocked him out! Wow!
In 2026, millions of people became convinced that Mike Tyson had a secret son. The videos were everywhere. A young fighter with the same compact build, the same terrifying aggression, the same face, clips of him knocking men unconscious. Racked up millions of views under one headline: Tyson's lost son. It wasn't true. He's not Tyson's son. They're not related at all. But here's the strange part. When the rumor died, the comparisons didn't. Because the more boxing people watched this man fight, the more uncomfortable one question became. 40 years ago, the sport swore Mike Tyson was one of one, that nothing like him could ever happen again. So, has boxing accidentally created the closest thing to Mike Tyson? His name is DeAngelo "Muscle" Evans. 15 fights, 15 wins, 14 men who didn't hear the final bell. And almost nobody saw him coming, because he comes from nowhere the sport was watching. No Olympic team, no national titles, no famous gym. Watch him work, and you understand the Tyson talk. The low center of gravity, the explosive step inside, the way opponents start retreating before he's even thrown anything, as if their bodies understand something, their game plans don't. But the comparison isn't the mystery, because to understand why this question matters, you have to remember what Mike Tyson actually was. Not the memes, not the face tattoo. The 1986 version, a 20-year-old who made grown champions look like they wanted to be anywhere else on Earth. Boxing has spent 4 decades searching for that feeling again, and mostly finding imitations. And here's the thing, Tyson was built, discovered at 13, sculpted for years by one of the greatest boxing minds who ever lived, D'Amato, inside a system designed for one purpose: producing a monster. DeAngelo Evans had none of that. No system, no architect waiting for him, no plan. So where did this come from? Durham, North Carolina, no boxing dynasty, no trainer father, no gloves hanging by the door. DeAngelo Evans wasn't even a boxer. He was a college wrestler, a powerful, compact athlete looking for a way to stay in shape during the off-season. One day, someone invited him to a boxing gym. He said yes. It's the kind of moment you'd never notice while it's happening. A shrug, a favor, a ride to a gym, and it changed everything. His first ever sparring session, they put him in with a professional, an undefeated one. 9 wins, no losses. It went exactly how you'd expect. The wrestler got hit, got schooled, got shown round after round how far away he really was. Most people never come back from a first day like that. Evans came back the next day, and the day after, because somewhere inside that beating, he'd felt something he couldn't explain, and he needed more of it. There would be no amateur career, no headgear tournaments, no slow, protected ladder. Evans learned boxing the way you learn to swim, by being thrown into deep water, in unofficial exhibition bouts they call smokers, in sparring rooms where nobody protects your confidence, working regular jobs in between. And through all of it, there was no funding, no sponsor money, no promoter paying the bills, just a grown man clocking into regular work, then driving to a gym to get hit by professionals, for nothing but the belief that it would someday matter. While other prospects were collecting trophies, he was collecting scars. Remember that, because it's about to matter. Every dangerous fighter has an architect. Tyson had D'Amato. Evans found Marcus Luck, a former professional who once shared the ring with elite company, including a future unified welterweight champion in Keith Thurman. Luck runs a gym across the state line in Danville, Virginia. And in the raw wrestler, he saw something worth sculpting. What Luck built is the part casual fans miss, because the viral clips sell chaos to mom, but the fighter underneath is anything but reckless. The wrestling base became balance, the aggression became timing. The power got a delivery system, pressure with patience, position before punches. In April 2021, at 22, Evans finally turned professional. His first opponent didn't survive 2 rounds, neither did most of the ones who followed. What happened next didn't happen on television. It happened in small venues across the Carolinas, the kind of shows with no cameras worth mentioning. and no journalists in the room, which is exactly what makes the pattern so unsettling. Opponent after opponent. The same script, a round of pressure, a shift in body language, and then a finish so sudden, the crowd needed a second to believe it. No hype machine was doing this, no matchmaker was protecting him. The knockouts just kept coming. Then, the internet found him. The clips escaped the small halls of North Carolina and detonated online. The build, the style, the face. Within weeks, a regional fighter with no amateur pedigrees that was being called the second coming of the most feared heavyweight who ever lived. And millions believed he was literally Tyson's blood.
Man, I'm muscle, you know what I'm saying? I know they give me the baby Tyson, but you know what I'm saying? I'm muscle.
But fame is not the same as momentum. What followed the buzz wasn't a super fight. It was silence, a 13-month layoff, the kind of gap that kills prospects. The sport has a graveyard full of viral sensations. In May 2026, the silence broke. Evans signed with a promoter, DMG Boxing, and got a real machine behind him for the first time in his career. Days later, he was back in a ring, standing across from Cesar Villarraga. And this is where you stop watching the clips and start watching the people. Watch Villarraga's feet start retreating early. Watch the crowd lean forward every time Evans steps in. That low hum arenas make when they sense something is about to happen. Then, in the second round, one counter left hook. Villarraga was unconscious before he landed. The referee didn't count, he just waved his arms. 15-0, 14 knockouts. And when reporters pushed the Tyson question at him, Evans just shrugs it off with 5 words. I just fight like me. So now boxing has a decision to make, because everything you've just seen comes with an asterisk, and serious boxing people will tell you exactly what it is. He hasn't been tested, not really. No elite opponent, no championship rounds against a man who won't fall. At 28, in one of the sport's toughest divisions, that test can't be delayed much longer. And history is brutal about this exact moment. For every viral knockout artist who became a champion, there are 10 the sport chewed up the night they stepped up. Power doesn't disappear at the top level, but the men who can take it and answer it suddenly do exist. That's the wall every highlight reel puncher eventually hits. The question is whether Evans is the exception, and there's only one way to find out. But here's what makes his case different, and it's the same thing that once made Tyson terrifying. It's not the knockouts, it's the feeling, the sense, shared by crowds and opponents alike, that violence is coming, and there's nothing polite anyone can do about it. You can't teach a division to stop flinching. One step-up fight, that's all that separates the myth from the answer, and that fight is coming. So, has boxing accidentally created another Mike Tyson? Here's the honest answer. No, boxing created Mike Tyson on purpose. A broken kid found at 13, rebuilt piece by piece, inside a system designed to manufacture the perfect destroyer. Boxing didn't create DeAngelo Evans at all. It never scouted him, never funded him, never even noticed him. A wrestler walked into a gym as a favor, got beaten up by a professional on day 1, and decided entirely on his own to become the thing everyone now compares to a legend. Think about what that means. Every system boxing has ever designed to find the next Tyson. The academies, the Olympic pipelines, the million-dollar prospect programs, none of them produced the man in these clips. He came from a wrestling mat, a construction site, and a gym in Danville, Virginia that most fans couldn't find on a map. Maybe he never wins a world title. Maybe the step-up fight exposes everything, the way it has for 100 viral punchers before him. Or maybe, one night soon, the whole sport finds out the flinch was justified. But either way, the internet got the story backwards. He's not Tyson's lost son. He's something rarer, proof that you can't manufacture what he has. Because nobody manufactured him at all. Some monsters are built. This one built himself. If this story gave you chills, subscribe to Knockout Theory Tumut, because when his step-up fight happens, we'll be the ones telling that story too. Until then, keep your guard up.